Hello, everyone. How are you doing? First off, line flood. Okay, just making sure the sound is good. Line flood in here for you today. For those who don't know me, I am doing a tutorial today. I am a podcast and content coach. And matter of fact, I'm your coach. You just don't know it yet, right? What do? I help content creators who feel like they are overwhelmed, that they're frightened, and that they're embarrassed to get on camera by giving them a streamlined standard operating procedure that helps them feel more confident, helps them feel more focused, and that they can get rid of the anxiety to get on camera. That's what we do. In small ways that we do it, for an example, like today, showing you a tutorial on how to build a comment screen. This comes from some great e-cammers who are Fulgens and Anna. I saw one of their building blocks live. Get a chance, go check them out as well. But we're going to apply it to here. So this is more specifically for Ecamm users, but if you are watching this and you're not an Ecamm user yet, make sure you try the link for a 14-day free trial. You can do this with other systems as well. Just not as easy with Ecamm, and you have to put in a little bit more work, right? I just kind of remembered that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then we're going to start the process of building it. So imagine if you're doing your Zoom meeting. Imagine if you are in a meeting and maybe someone says a comment. You know, a lot of times you just read the comment, right? And especially in Zoom. Zoom users understand this. You just read the comment because that's the only way that anyone else really will know unless they're watching the comment box. But you want your users to watch you. So here's an example of what this would look like. So someone would bring a comment up. And for those who are here now, if you do place a comment, matter of fact, before we do that, let's do a little housekeeping. If you do have a comment, go ahead and put it inside the comment box below. I think I should move that on this one now. I think I should move that to here for future ones. Yeah. If you have a comment, go ahead and put the comment in the comment box there. And then we'll show you an example of how that works as well. If you have questions, I would ask you to do your questions just a little bit different. Make sure you put a Q and a colon like this. Then write your question. It separates it for us with Ecamm. And then I get to see your questions a lot quicker and easier and separates from the comments that do come in. All right. So I'm looking here to make sure we're good to go. All right. So you know me, I love to dive straight, and this is what it's going to look like. This is a placeholder comment overlay. Comment added to the broadcast will use this overlay's location size and style. All right. So imagine, let's get this here. Here's a test for the overlay. So imagine a comment comes in similar to this, right? The comments just came in, and then we're going to build it out so it looks like this. And I'm going to show you with a comment, for an example, that just came in, right? So this is what you're seeing here is this placeholder that Ecamm allows you to be able to see, okay? And then we can then now add in that comment that's coming in into our comment box in our overlays. So then it will look like this here. So for future, what we will do is we will set this up. And okay, so just showing you an example, and then I'll show you how we're going to build this out. All right. So here we go. So that's an example of the comment that's coming in. All right. So then now, once you set this up prior, and then you bring up this next comment, bam, that comment comes up. All right. And then let's go with here's the next comment. And if you have any comments as well, you can throw them inside there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm typing in another comment. Here's the next comment. for you. Okay. So you can see for an example. So as comments start to come in, I can then go ahead and bring up the last comment. Then I can go ahead and put the next comment on the screen and so forth like that as well. Okay. And keep in mind that you will have these set up prior to you going live so that it's all set up and it's able to come in just like this. Okay. Bam. Right. So for an example, I will do this here really quick and then I will show you guys. Actually, no, let me just do this real quick. So as I'm doing this, I wonder how that's going to work. That's a great question. I love it. So let's see this here real quick. And as we're going through this here, again, if you have any questions or any comments, let's take a look and see where did that come in at. All right. So I just put in one that says a test. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's take a look and see real quick. All right. So I'm copying this and I'm going to show you the back end of this here as well in just a second. I'm going to show you the back end of that. I think, is that the same one? Oh, no, that's not the same one. This is, all right, perfect. So what I did is I just put this in and we are taking a look at all of these. So let's see. There we go. So that's in there. All right. So that should work. So let's see. Hold on. Got it. All right. So, box. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and work at building this out. All right. So we're going to start a new scene, a totally new scene, and then we're going to build it out from there. What you're seeing now is absolutely, in my eyes, simple because it's using one, two, well, not even that one because that's, well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 5 items. Very simple and very quick. All right, so let's get into this. We're going to start with a new scene. And actually, I'm going to show you my back scene for a second. Shift Command, oh, here we go. Shift Command D. All right, so here is my demo screen and my back screen. And this is what I want to show you here so you can see. These are the items that you're able to see here. Actually, let me, the one function is drawing off. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 items, as you can see there, that are on there. All right. So now let's start off with this new scene. Actually, I can go ahead and take that one down for a second. And I have a new scene right here for scene tutorial. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to create the blur effect for myself. Now I have it as a black screen here just because I wanted to start off by showing you a simple thing, but we're going to put in the camera so you're able to see that. And then let me shrink my one down a little bit more. Okay. And let's go ahead and put in a camera overlay. Make this a wide just for right now, just so we can have a basis to kind of go off of. Okay. So, from the first thing what I want to do is I want to create this rectangle that you see here. And keep in mind that you can use any color. Oh, it's cool. What's that one? I like this one better. You can use any color for your brand color. You can even use a color picker, but we'll keep it simple just for the ones that we have here now. All right. So I'm going to come to my overlays panel and I'm going to choose my rectangle here to place this color above it. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your frame that you're already in, and you are going to then place it wherever you want. And we can take this border off because we don't need that right now. So actually I need to make this custom. So that I can then pull that over. Okay. So I want to cover the entire location of where I want my overlay to be. At this point, I want to do the opacity. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can hold down Shift and use your mouse to start to do it. Or if you double click, or if you come into the pencil here and click it, you can then come over to opacity. Okay. And you can lower the opacity that way as well. Whichever way works a little bit easier for you. So now I have this. Okay. So it kind of gives that little red kind of shape in which we're going to go to kind of this theme. I want you to keep that in mind. Okay. I have mine as a bluish color. But with this, when I put the overlay box on it, I still don't want this much motion in the back. So I need to add a blur to this. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go right back to the shape in the overlay panel. Remember, it's in the overlay panel. We're going to add another shape. But in this one, we're going to then take the fill and put it as a blur, right? So now you see I am here. This is the non-blur portion, and this is kind of the blur portion. So if I move it up, and again, with the blur, you can then still do the opacity. If this is too much blur, too less blur, but I want the focus to be on, the comment. All right. So now those are two items as we looked at before here. We have all the rectangles, and you can name them blur or, foreground, whatever. You can name them whichever one you want. So now we have two items. So now we need to add in the comment section. So here I'm coming back to the rectangle. Okay, and I'm add another rectangle. All right, let's see. All right, let me get the picture off. So with this rectangle, we want to take off the blur and add color. Okay, but we want the color. Well, I use white for my comment box. You can use whichever color you want. I want to shrink that down so that you can see how we're building out to where we want it to be. I like to train and build out in a reverse manner, whereas I have the picture of what I want to accomplish, and then I start from the bottom and build up to the top instead of building the comment box first and then building. So that way I can see what I'm building a little bit better and easier. All right. So now that we have the comment box, at this point, it's just up to you to size where you want it, how big you want it, and so forth. So for my comment box, if you notice here, when I do my regular one, we have that red portion right here. But if you look at the corners, all right, they are squared. I don't want them to be oval in a sense, and I'll show you why here in just a second. So we'll get rid of this one and come back. And to build that red portion that we had up there, I'm going to make this next rectangle with my shape overlay. Okay. And once again, that can be whatever color you choose. I just like the color for the red to go with my brand colors. And what I'm making right now is that red top portion, but that can be blue, and I'll show you that in a second. So what I'm going to do is just size this down. It's as simple as that. I bring this over to the end. Okay. And so you can see how now this looks square, right? It looks like maybe bring it out just a little bit more. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this good? All right. And then let me take a look here really quick as well. Something else I want to make sure I can see. What are your thoughts about what you see so far? Is that, huh? I thought it was to here. Let me see. What are we? Oh, there we go. Let me double check something because I didn't check to see if I had the comments coming in from my second location because we're broadcasting the two locations right now. Actually, let me come back here to show you why we're doing that. We're broadcasting. Let me come out of demo mode. We're broadcasting the two locations right now. We're going to LinkedIn and then we're going directly to YouTube as well. So I wanted to just check and see, make sure the volume is down. And let me see if there's any comments coming in on my other page over here. All right, so good. So we're good to go. All right, so now let's get back into demo mode and get back into the scene tutorial. So what I want to do at this point is I want to curve the edges so it looks more like these edges that you're seeing right here. And the simple way to do that with Ecamm, and I love it, is again, you can either use the pencil. I just double click because it's just quicker and easier for me than to move my mouse from wherever I'm at to the pencil. And these blocks right here that you see in the radius portion, that's the corner radius, it's at 37%. But this, so if I do the entire thing, watch what happens to the box. It moves the entire box and see how that disappears, right? What I want to do is I just want to change the top two. So each one of these sections control each part of that overlay. So if I click that, look how this one came rounded, and then look how this one stays square. So again, if I click that one, now that's rounded and so forth. Okay, and then now this corner radius, if I take it all the way up, look how different it looks. Or if I take it down, right, so I'll leave it at about 37 where I was, maybe a little bit more rounded. Okay, so now it just rounds it out so it looks a little bit easier. All right, and so now you see that you're pretty much set. We got a few more minutes. I told you I'd be done within about 30 minutes. And once you get used to this, truly, truly, this will take you maybe 5 minutes to be able to get to and do it that quickly. Okay. There's a little bit more things that you want to do to this afterwards, but we're just showing you the basics of how to get this set up. All right. So looking to see if we have any more comments. Let me see. Where is this one? Let's take a look here. How does that work? Join. Yeah, I'm just trying to see the comments on that one. All right. So, you know what? Let me take a look here and see real quick. I know we have one there, but that's what. Actually, let me come out of demo mode because I want to take a look at my page here to see if I have more comments coming through. Been trying to figure out how to get the comments to come through. All right, let's take a look at this one here. All right, let me look and see that. And so then we're almost done. But I want to see where that comes through at the screen here. Mm, don't see it. And that could be why. All right, so we'll deal with that one a little bit later. All right, so what if I turn this real quick? This is one of the great parts about learning on the floor. Ah, there it is. Did I hear a double? Ah, there it is. Okay, so gotcha. So I have to turn that. I see now. So I'm watching the. 1 second. All right, so I had to mute the other screen. Okay, good. All right, so now let's finish this up. We are now in this portion of our tutorial where we are here. So now we need to add what's called a placeholder for all of our comments. To get to that, well, basically what that means is that think of it as a set location that every comment will come in. So that way you don't have comments coming at the bottom, at the top, left, right, unless that's what you want. But to do that, we go to our overlays, which is up top here. Once we click our overlays, we come down to where it says add placeholder comment overlay. Okay. So we click that, and then that comes up. At this point, we can control the height. That's one of the great things I love about Ecamm. If we come to this little bar here, we can control how big we want it. Let's bring that back up. Okay. For the logo here. But what we do is now we bring this here. Okay. And then now, let me do this real quick. I'm going to put in new comment here. Okay. And that comes through. All right. So now what happens is when a new comments come in, I just typed in new comment here. Some of you can see from right here. I'll just type that in there. When that happens, you're going to set up, you're going to find out exactly where it's at, and you're going to need to drag that into that position. So as soon as that came in, you saw all I did is click it, and now that came in. And what you're going to do is you're going to be able to fine tune later where you want those comments or how big you want the circle thing to be. You can drag your comments so it can be more here, right? So now maybe I want that icon to be, or logo to be a little bit smaller. Boom. So now I have that. And it's the same thing as if I were to, and one of the great things about the placeholder comment, so I'm typing a really long comment here and I just place it in there, or a bunch of letters, is that this shrinks the comment to format automatically for this new box. So if I were to be here and then I press this long formatted comment, it formats it so that it stays kind of within that right there. Okay. Okay. So that would be wherever it would go, and it would stay right within there. Okay. So just like that. All right. And in essence, that's it. That's it. What you would do then is just put them all in one folder, lock them down. Well, we got a few minutes. I'll show you. So here is where my content. So I want all of these to be in one folder so that they act as one. So I come here to where the folder box is. I just click that for the group, and I'm going to name it. I'm going to say comment box 2, just so I can know I can be able to delete that later. So from that point here, I want to grab all of these. Let me get that one as well. Okay, here we go. I'm going to grab all of these. Okay. And I want to move them inside of this comment box. So that way when I open or close the comment box, everything closes. Then if you come over to this little lock here, if you click that, Now, when you move this, everything will move as one. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the simple way of doing it. Let me show you how this looks on the big screen. That's the simple way of doing this. Right? You've got now your comment box set up. And again, you can easily change the color, make that whatever color you want for your brand, to make it easier for yourself or whatever. Okay. Let's take a look and see any other questions that came through on the panel. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Now, whether you're watching this on a live or the replay, I want you to ask any questions, and my team and I, we do go through those. We filter them out, and we try to answer as many as we can. So if you are looking for more detail on how to do that, please let us know. Also, we do have our coaching program that we are opening up soon. We're going to be doing a founding members launch, just kind of getting that word out there. We do have also a 30-day free trial for our searchy system that we have. So you're able to try that out if you're looking for ways to store your content, and then 14-day free trial with Ecamm that you see here for all Mac users. Anyone else, you do have the opportunity now that I'm remembering to use OBS. So you can use OBS. So those are great things. But ultimately, when you're on your screen in Zoom or wherever else, you can press that button and then those comments will come up there. Just remember to kind of fine tune for a quick second so that you're able to then bring in the comment onto the screen and place it exactly where you want it to be placed at. All right. Okay, I think that is it. Are there any other questions or anything that need to be done? No. Okay, let me see something here really quick. Okay. All right. So if that is all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for taking a moment and joining us. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.